Hey guys, Chrissy here. Time for me to put out a girl gamer video about how we should all be equal and we are all not fat and we are not all ugly and how we are all just as good as boys and we shouldn't be looked down upon. Psych. What this video really is about today, hopefully I didn't lose any viewers for the first 19 seconds. In regards to about a year ago, I released a video called Halo Reach versus Halo 3. And basically what I did is I took some aspects of the game and compared them against each other to really, in my opinion, tell you which game is better and which one has its pros and which one has its cons and vice versa. Well, today, since I haven't released a video in about a year, I think it'd be pretty good for me to come back with a video now that Halo 4 has been released and has been played for a month or two now, called Halo 4 versus Halo Reach. And basically I'm doing the same thing as I did for my previous video and taking the major aspects of the game and comparing them against each other for which one has its pros and which one has its cons. I kind of tried to categorize these pros and cons a little bit, but at the same time it's kind of randomized because, like I said, I only picked the major points because I didn't want to sit here and talk to you for 30 minutes about this so that you can just turn the video off and go on to the next. Alright, so I'm going to kick this off with the dying aspects of the game in Halo 4 and Halo Reach. There's three things that I wanted to talk about with this, and the first one is Red X, or On My X. If you remember in Halo Reach, you would always hear people in their gameplay saying, "On my X, on my X." Well, unfortunately, in Halo 4, they took that out. There was no more any big red X's above where you die. So you can't really say that anymore. And I think I don't know how to feel about this, really, because if you're a good player and you have good communication and you know all the callouts, then yeah, it's not that big of a deal for you. But if you're like an amateur player who doesn't really play that much, but is really trying to help out by giving callouts, you don't really have that, hey, on my X or whatever, on my dead body. But like I said, if you are a good communicator, blah, blah, then you obviously know all the callouts on the map, so you can say, in our basement or in our flag, or sometimes you're in that awkward, death spot where you can be like, well, I wouldn't say on my X, but then again, there's no more red X because 343 took it out for some odd reason. Don't really know why. Second thing is death cam. Gratefully, they kept in death cam for Halo 4, and they also had Halo Reach, so that's good. I really feel like the death cam is really big in the competitive scene. That way that when you die, you can toggle your way around using the video camera to point out where the enemy is going, and you can call out for your teammates so that they know where to look. Lastly, strong side. So in Halo Reach, they kind of forced it out a little bit. They got rid of strong side, which if you don't know, strong side was back in H2, which is how the MLG Pro strong side got his name, when he used to duck his head and run, to do nothing but all you could see is his shoulders. So that's why they called him strong side, because you would always shoot him in the back and he would never die because his head's ducked. Well, in Halo Reach, they really took that out to where, you could just shoot him in the back of the neck and they'd die. But in Halo 4, they made it back to where if you duck your head and you run and give them your strong side, then they can't kill you. And I think that's something that's really bringing us back to our loins. And I do think that 343 did a good job in doing that. My personal opinion, again. So those are the three dying aspects or whatever. Now I'm going to go over flag. So flag has been a very big controversy in this game. There's been three major things that I've heard people either, excuse my French, but bitch about and complain about, which is, the first one is holding the flag. In Halo Reach, you used to be able to pick the flag up and juggle it, drop it, pick it up, drop it, pick it up. And I really feel like this was good for the competitive scene because, you used to be able to A, run faster, and B, be able to make certain jumps that you couldn't while you were holding the flag. So that way you could either throw the flag up or juggle it up the jump or whatever you needed to do. Well, in Halo 4, I don't know why they did this, but they made it to where if you pick up the flag, you can't drop it unless you die, which is very unfortunate. Which leads me to my next thing, which is you get a secondary weapon in Halo 4 when you pick the flag up. When you pick the flag up, you got the flag in one hand and your pistol comes out. I think that's pretty cool they did this, to be honest. I think this is something that's definitely different from the game for the game and for the users. It's kind of got that new intense feeling to where, you know, if you're on main stage and you pick up the flag and there's somebody in front of you and you bow, 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 you know, you kill them and then the whole crowd goes wild because you just, you know, smashed a kill on the other team using a pistol, which is kind of intense. And I think that's really cool they did that. So it's definitely a plus for Halo 4 is adding the secondary pistol weapon, but I don't think it was a good idea that they made it to where you had to hold the flag permanently. Last thing for flag, which really threw me off the game and really made me not want to play flag, is that if you notice when you're playing flag, you automatically pick it up. There's no press B to pick up or whatever button you use to pick up flags. Um, I don't think that was a good idea for them to do at all because especially with, you know, your partner in front of you running the flag, they die, you accidentally pick up the flag, there you are left standing in front of 2 or 3 enemies holding the flag and a pistol. Don't think that was very clever for them to do. Definitely think they should do a patchwork or something for that because that definitely needs to be fixed. So Halo Reach definitely has one on that where you have to press hold to pick up. The ranking system in Halo 4. The playlist ranking systems are the same for both games. I do know of some rumors that apparently come January 1st they are changing the ranking system to be like Halo 3 and Halo 2 to where it was similar to being 1 to 50 and you had to get that experience or get that level by winning games opposed to how they have it now where you just rank up based on experience, which my personal opinion, I don't like it because I like competitive gaming and I think it adds the, you know, competitive aspect in the game when you really have to try in every single game in order to keep your rank. And not only that, but you know, you go in and match 50s. You go in, you match, you know, 5s. You know, you go in and match whatever rank you are. That way you're playing against the same people with the, you know, or excuse me, the same people with the same skill level. Sorry about that. And so yeah, it's kind of a bummer that they kept it the same. I was really hoping 343 was going to change it because, you know, they did so many polls on if they should change or to keep the same. But hopefully come January 1st, it will be changed. So there is hope. Second thing on the ranking system, they definitely mixed it up with the new points per game ranking system to where, you know, you in Halo 4 or Halo Reach, I'm sorry, you would get points based off kills and deaths basically, and that's where your ranking was in at the end of the game when you hold back and you look to see who did best on your team. Well, in Halo 4, I think they did a pretty good job at integrating not only, you know, kills and deaths, but an assists and medals and achievements you got through the game. So I really feel like that, you know, it's not all based now. It's not all based off of who got the most kills and who got the least deaths. For all you stat whores, now they have integrated assists to where, you know, if you got 18 assists in one game and your the guy on the other team or the guy on your team got 5 more kills than you, you know, you may end up having more points than him because you had 18 assists because you were helping out the team more. And I really think that it helps like open up the eyes to the people back in Halo Reach who would always be like, well, you went most negative in that game, so therefore you suck. Well, that's something I've been preaching for a very long time. Is it's not all about who goes negative. It's about, you know, it's about how many assists you're putting up, the map placement, the communication, about all different things. It's not just about who goes the most positive. Yeah, it looks good, and especially if you're trying out for a team, you want to try and go the most positive. I guess you can in a way, but I think that the new rankings or the points per game system is awesome. So kudos to Halo 4 or 343 for doing that. Another cool thing I think Halo 4 has that Halo Reach didn't is they added new achievement medals for the game, and I feel like that some of the medals that they added are really like boosters, you know, like for you during game, because, you know, if you're like in a game and you haven't had like 5 kills, then all of a sudden you get an achievement for wingman, and you're like, oh wow, I am actually helping the team. I'm not just, you know, not getting any kills. I'm actually helping the team. So it's kind of like a boost for your mentality throughout the game, if you understand what I'm saying. And like something like Hail Mary, you know, they have the new achievement where it's Hail Mary, where if you get a grenade kill across the map, it's kind of like, oh, awesome, you know, I just not only just got a grenade kill, but I got a Hail Mary, which is pretty cool. So I definitely think that Halo 4 did a good job in adding the new achievements. Not saying that Halo Reach didn't do a good job, it's just that Halo 4, you know, added more, which is always good to have new stuff in any video game, really. So I'm going to go on to a couple of more things here, one-offs throughout the game. So they added the new thing called Ordnance in Halo 4, which is, if you don't know, if you get so many kills or get so many assists, you get this cool little thing that pops up above your screen for your D-pad, and it lets you select, an energy boost or gun or a certain type of grenade. Well, I think this is really cool that they did that, honestly. I like it. It's something they definitely took from Call of Duty, but I feel like that if they use it in the right way, then it will definitely be a good hit. It's got a lot of potential for the game. I feel like it's something new that Halo's never had before. Like I said, as long as you use it the right way, because I know that when we were first trying out AGL Customs, if you got so many, the 3 or 4 kills, you would all of a sudden get an ordnance, and on every single ordnance there was always an overshield choice. And next thing I know, I'm sitting here 1v4 with the 4 people on the other team with overshield, which isn't very fun. So ordnance isn't a bad thing, like I said, as long as you use it the right way and they integrate it into the game the right way. So for all you people who are making MLG, playlists for us and MLG maps, please, use the ordnance the right way and don't just let people abuse them. The maps on Halo 4, they're average. I was expecting a little more. It's not something I'm like doing cartwheels over. I mean, they're not bad. But I feel the same about Halo Reach. I mean, the maps are okay. I mean, some of the maps I've been playing with on AGL that they recently came out with are pretty cool for the competitive scene. But, in summary, the maps are okay. I don't think there's anything special about them. The graphics are awesome, obviously, and the new weapons and the new vehicles and stuff like that. But I can't really say that Halo 4 or 343 did a fantastic job on releasing maps. But hey, it's early in the game, so they still got a long way to go to release new map packs, so you never know. Something new that they added, which I actually really like, they also took from Call of Duty, is the little hit marks. And the hit marks is, the little things that, flare out at you above your reticle when you hit somebody or grenade somebody and it hits them, letting you know that you hit them. So if I chunk a grenade across a corner and all of a sudden I see little tick marks come up, then I'm like, hey, I hit them. I can go in for the kill or whatever. I think that's something that's pretty cool that they did. It's just another one of those things that they took their time on and added a little detail to it, because 343 did a really good job on really integrating a lot of detail in the game, which leads me on to my next point, which is sound effects in this game. The sound effects in this game are amazing. I mean, they're but the best by far. From running to hearing footsteps to gunshots to throwing a grenade to crouching to, all the crazy, ordnance thingies you can get and blah blah blah. Even when you're standing inside that big green bubble and you hear and you're shooting or people around you are shooting and there's just the noise is just like it for for me it drives me crazy, but for some of you, you might think it sounds cool, but I think they did a really good job and really took their time on the sound effects in Halo 4. So kudos for that. They did a good job by giving you, in Halo 4, they gave you the option between the BR and the DMR. I think that's really cool they did that, so you can get a little bit of Halo 3 and a little bit of Halo Reach at the same time, as opposed to Reach only giving you the DMR, which was a really big change for everybody. Grenades in Halo 4, I feel like in Halo Reach that if you threw a grenade, it was an atomic bomb going off. I felt like they were way too powerful. They did not need to be that powerful. Every time you spawn, you had 2 rockets in your freaking pocket you could throw across the map. But in Halo 4, I think they realized that and really dumbed down the amount of damage that a grenade can do to you. Which is good, because now I don't feel like I'm in World War II. Last but not least, I think my biggest problem with Halo 4, which I really, really, really hope that they fix or put a patch on or do something, whatever they can do to do it, is scoping. And this is the biggest thing I've heard from anybody when they complain about Halo 4 is when in Halo 4, if you have a sniper, if you have a DMR, BR, whatever weapon you're using, if you get shot at or grenaded, you don't get scoped out. You continue to stay scoping, so you're continuously scoping. In Halo Reach, when you were getting shot out across map, you would get scoped out instantly. So I feel like that since Halo 4 did that, it really killed the cross-map battles, It was really cool to watch, people's streams and their gameplay and watch two people fight across the map and watch them scope in, scope out, scope in, scope out. You know, and it really shows like how much of a better player you are by keeping your your battle rifle steady or your DMR steady, and being able to hit that shot. And I really feel like that since they made the phone's going off. Since they made it to where you're continuously scoping in Halo 4, it really killed their cross map. I mean, you give a freaking sniper to anybody, formal or pre-devinator, those are really good snipers, and if you give them the snipe, it's game over because they can't get scoped out. And I don't think that's fair whatsoever. So hopefully they fix that. That's the biggest thing on my list is the scoping issue. Anyways, so that's the last thing on my list. I think, in summary, that Halo 4 is a better game. It has a lot of potential, It's really early for it to come out, so it really disappoints me to see people already be like, oh, this game sucks. I mean, it's been out for a freaking month. I'm going to go switch to Call of Duty. Like, just give it some time. Let MLG, let AGL work on game types. Let them work on settings. I really think this game has a lot of potential, and I think that for 2013 season next year will be really good and really crazy. So keep your heads up and hang in there. This game's going to be awesome. So shout out to 343 for giving us this awesome Halo 4 game. And that's a wrap. So I will catch you guys later. Thank you for watching. Follow me on Twitter at ChrissyOnAHype. And see you guys later.